Everybody, this is Janice Cabale with Cabale Media, and in today's video we are talking about email marketing in 2025. Stay tuned. It's hard to believe that 2025 is just about 5 months away. September, October, November, December, January. January, we are very close, less than 5 months away, very close to 2025. And what does email marketing have in store for us? There are a lot of the same things basically going on that are never going to change. You're always going to have your tried and true real email marketing tactics that people use, people discuss, people try to make better, improve on, and so on and so forth. Today, there are going to be some things that you've heard before, some things that may be new to you. I'm glad to be discussing them with you here in New York on, it's actually a cool-ish day, end of August. But anyway, let's get into it. There's AI and machine learning that I'm sure you've been hearing about or currently is going on. It's just the integration of them together. What exactly could we expect in 2025 from AI and the machine learning integration? Let's start with the basics. AI tools can predict the best time, and that's already been happening to send emails to recipients based on behavior, leading to higher open rates. That's something that's not new, but they're going to continue to improve on that. And, you know, depending on how you're sending, when you're sending, that, at least is my guess, well, that probably is what they're going to do. They're going to take those times and then start to cater and just make sure that it's more accurate in order to get the best performing emails. Predictive analytics is just one thing that they've already been doing, but they're going to continue to improve on that depending on how things are going, how the algorithms are working, and so on and so forth. I'll give you an example. Automation examples. ESPs like HubSpot and MailChimp can now automatically generate emails based on your list segment. And that's pretty weird because now you're almost taking half of the thinking out of it, and it's writing the content for you. It's writing emails based on your segment or your audience. Again, tools are already starting to do this a little bit, but as the months continue on, it's going to keep on doing that for you. I mean, ChatGPT already does it, but I'm not entirely sure if it's something along the lines of just already based on your segment, they're going to craft out an email, or do you have to put in some text like in ChatGPT or a prompt in order to get this content and these segments created. So be on the lookout for that in 2025. Jasper AI can now, or is going to, create dynamic content that's based on user interaction. So things like suggesting different products, things that your email service provider is already doing, but now Jasper AI could be or is possibly going to be doing it. Hyper-personalization, my favorite. There's going to be a lot of expanding on hyper-personalization. Say, for example, you're buying something from an e-commerce store, and as soon as you open the email, it's going to tailor the products in the email to what they have in stock and things that you've looked at in the past. Real-time personalization, for example, let's say you bought from Nike. I'm not saying Nike does it or doesn't do it, but you open up the email and they populate products depending on what they have in stock, or of course the usual personalization of what you purchased in the past. But the fact that they just can automate whatever they have in stock depending on when you open or how you open, whether that be on the phone or something like that, is pretty amazing. Location-based personalization. Restaurants will start to send you emails based on where you are, offering different deals. It's all working and getting a little bit better day by day. Just be on the lookout. When you see something new in your email, don't be surprised. Now that everything is kind of in the testing phase, when everything comes out in full 2025 mode, I think you'll be pretty impressed. Interactive email content. We've discussed this in a few different videos. This is really getting impressive. I mean, let's say something I've been wanting to do for a long time is embedded interactivity. Let's say, for example, a fashion brand has choose your outfit, choose the style. You could do it right in the email instead of pressing a button and then going directly to the website. It's going to be interactive in the email. You don't even have to click out of it. That's, to me, that's pretty impressive. Gamification examples, playing games on your phone in your email in order to win a free drink. That's pretty cool considering I love to buy coffee or iced coffee year round. Decaf, please. Things like that, we're able to play games in order to get a prize. In-email shopping example. A tech realtor allows you to purchase products within the email itself, not clicking out, right there without even having to visit the website. I mean, talk about tech really improving in 2025. I still remember when I got my first email, kind of, sort of, but it wasn't AOL. Maybe it was Yahoo. One or the other. Increase focus on privacy and data security. Spam, or getting to the spam folder, or getting out of the spam folder, or doing the right things. You know, going by the right standards and guidelines is very important. GDPR compliance, that's in Europe, so I really won't discuss that. It's just sending re-permission emails to ensure that the email complies with GDPR regulations. So unless you're in Europe, I really wouldn't worry about that. I do work with a few brands that are in Europe, but that's something they know how to comply with. I'm not going to lie, I'm not the best when it comes to that. I do know a little bit about the GDPR compliance, but I wouldn't say that I'm totally an expert at it. Take that as you wish, but just make sure that your emails are compliant all the time. Zero-party data collection. Let's say a skincare line sends you an email to take a quiz about the best skincare products for you. That's considered zero party because the brand itself is doing it. It's not some quiz you're taking off some random site, and then they're going to use that information to hyper personalize the data for you and not distributing it to other sites or other companies. It's going to be right there for their disposal, and people can't rent that. I mean, I'm sure they could if they wanted to, but it's not going through any other party but the brand itself. That's actually pretty cool. Data minimization example. I'm pretty sure I said that right. When asking for information, when you're filling out forms or your personal data they collect, they're only going to focus on things that matter. Your name, your address, so on and so forth. They're not going to ask you for a million things that you don't have to worry about. I always say that my name, maybe my phone number, my last name, and my email is good enough. They don't need the whole thing. If you're ordering something, you're going to have to put your address, billing address, etc. But I wouldn't worry about that. I've repositioned myself 3 times. Channel integration. A unified customer experience. Email works with social media pushes a notification to the app, and you get the notification 3 times. That, to me, could be a little annoying if you get an email. I already find it annoying. Text and social media, especially if you're somebody who's consistently on the computer or has to be on the computer. I personally do not work with my phone next to me because it's just too much of a distraction. If it doesn't bother you to get all these notifications and you're someone who likes to purchase things, don't really see it as a big deal. But if you like the notifications, I think it's good. I personally don't like millions. I don't even love sending text, to be honest with you. I don't even like to send text, to be honest with you, when I'm working with my customers, but I get it's what is popular now. There is a level of annoyance that could happen. Just be cautious if you do run an email marketing program, that you know how to set these things up correctly and it doesn't annoy the consumer or the subscriber. Cross-channel retargeting, you kind of see this now depending on what platform you're on. Let's say, for example, you buy something, you abandon the cart, you get an email, then 5 minutes later you go on Instagram and there's an ad for that product. Nike does it, and I can tell you they do it a lot. I just bought a pair of sneakers last week for the gym, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I left the product in my cart and then I did. That's why I'm using it as an example. I opened up Instagram and there the product was. I did buy it only because it was on sale. Being a marketer, and I'm sure most of you are, you know the tactics. So just know, I mean, you know already when you're seeing these things happen. Just be aware that you're being tracked. Cross-channel retargeting, it's there, right? And you see it when you look at things, all of a sudden you have ads. Consistent messaging experience, which you see a lot, that things are not the right messaging across all platforms. So say, for example, a bank ensures that the email, their app alerts, their website banners all carry the same messagings about a new savings product launch. Being consistent is something you don't see. Brands change these things all the time. I don't know why. You always want to be that brand that people know exactly who you are just by seeing a picture, a logo, or anything like that. Stay within your brand guidelines and you should be fine. Rise of voice assistants. I hate these things. Actually, the only one I like is Siri. Watch this. Hey, Siri. See, she listens. I was not really big into email prompts probably until recently. I have Siri, but I don't have Hey Google. I don't use any of that stuff. Voice activated things I haven't really been a fan of, but apparently emails are going to start to do this now. For example, Alexa can read, one of your emails with the user being able to respond to a call to action by voice. You could say, hey, Alexa, read this email, and then you can say another prompt, and then that will happen. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that seems to be something new. I don't think I need Alexa reading my emails, but I get it. It's technology. Voice-driven actions and emails. A grocery delivery store, let's say, for example, allows customers to add items to their cart via voice command after hearing a promotion about it. Wow. Talk about being lazy. I get it. 2025, I get it. We're in the 2000s, but these things are getting crazy over and over and over again. But again, we have to keep up with technology, and if you want to yell at the computer for them to add something in your cart, by all means do it. Voice search optimization example. You can talk to your app, let's say a food delivery app. Ask about your order options, voice searching, enabling users to ask the assistant about their order. I mean, you can really ask your assistant anything at this point. Optimization in the delivery food app. Hey, what do you have? What kind of food is there? Where can you deliver to? Etc., etc., etc. We'll just be yelling at everything for the next decade. Reducing the frequency in emails being more sustainable. Who would have thought that emails could have been more sustainable? There's no paper involved. But reducing the frequency from, let's say, 3 times a week to 1 time a week. I think once is enough. I mean, I get emails from companies like 3 or 4 times a week. And surprisingly, I haven't deleted them yet. Because I actually need the product. It's just not time for me to buy it. Just be cautious and aware of how many times you're sending a week. You don't want to piss anyone off. But you also don't want to get yourself unnoticed. Think about what you're sending, when you're sending it, how you're sending it, and you should be fine. Sustainability to some degree, I guess. Green messaging. So say, for example, a tech company sends an email about their commitment to reduce electronic waste by promoting their recycling program. Going green. Everybody is going green now, and they're doing it in emails. Paperless statements, they're going green. They're just using sustainability marketing now in emails. A sustainable content example. A beauty brand is now switching to all organic, choosing products with minimal packaging, using refillable containers, eco-friendly practices, things like that, which a lot of people are starting to do, right? You have your natural brands. I know Jessica Alba, her brand is pretty natural. I know she doesn't use any fragrances or frowns upon them, something like that, but they're going to practice more of the eco-friendliness with an email. Again, take that for what it is. I'm not too sure how eco-friendly you can get with an email, but they're doing it, all right. They're doing it. Email accessibility. Nonprofit sends an email, let's say, with high contrast text. They put alt text image to ensure readability for the visually impaired recipients. Something like that. Could it work? I'm sure it can, but if they're catering to everybody, then I say it's a win-win. You could include everybody and nobody's getting excluded. Screen reader capability example. That was a lot. Let's say, for example, an e-learning platform designs their emails to be fully compatible with screen readers, making sure that it's accessible for people with disabilities. Now, I can't expand much on that because I don't know exactly what they'd be doing, but if somebody knows, chime in here. I don't want to expand too much on something I don't know about. I don't know much about e-readers or screen readers. So, if you know, drop a comment below. But so they're just making things more compatible for people, and it's not just catering to the general public. Font and color choice examples. Use a financial institution. Maybe they're going to select readable fonts that are fully compatible for everyone, just like the screen reader. So the colors are going to meet the accessibility standards, making sure that the email is user-friendly across all audiences. So picking the right font that's readable for everyone. Blockchain and email authentication. Let's say an email security example. A bank uses blockchain to secure email communications just to make sure that customers can verify the authenticity of the messages and then just reduce the chances of phishing attacks. I would think something like that would have already been in bank type of things. I don't know for sure. But anything to reduce phishing is okay with me. A phishing prevention example is similar to the one I just discussed. A cybersecurity company, let's say, sends blockchain verified emails that guarantee the legitimacy of the security alerts and updates. Phishing prevention examples. Let's use something like the example before. Let's say a cybersecurity company sends blockchain verified emails that guarantee the legitimacy of security alerts and updates. It just gave you that extra layer of protection that everybody needs. If I get an email that says they're doing this, this, and this in order to avoid spam and phishing, I'm okay with that. Verifiable campaign examples. Let's say a charity organization uses blockchain to allow donors to verify that their contribution requests are legitimate and traceable. That's pretty good if you've worked with a nonprofit. You are sending money through the internet, and I can't say for sure, I've worked for the few non-for-profits. When you're making donations, you just hit the button, send the request, and there it goes. You don't know exactly what's happening. Again, I think something like this is great because security authentication is pretty awesome in my book. Shifts in customer expectations. Now, some places do this, some places don't. Let's think about an on-demand content example. Let's say a subscription service allows you to opt in for weekly, monthly, based on your preferences for your content frequency. Usually you just sign up and you don't get to pick the frequency right away until you unsubscribe. So they do it right off the bat. So you don't have to worry about it later and get annoyed and push them into junk. That's actually really good because the likelihood of you pushing them into the junk folder is less likely knowing that you've opted into, let's say, 1 email a week. Pretty awesome in the email marketing space. Customizable preference examples. This is pretty similar to the example I just was speaking about, that email providers, people that send emails or online retailers are allowing their subscribers to pick what kind of emails they want. I've done a few surveys with some of my clients where they'll send out a survey and they'll say, what kind of promotions do you want? Do you want sales? Do you want discounts? Do you want specific products? I think the more you can customize to a subscriber's needs, the less likely they're going to mark you as spam because you're getting annoying at the frequency you're sending it. The more customizable the experience and the shift in customer expectations is great. Instant gratification examples. 1 click for something you need. Let's say a delivery service, food delivery service. You could hit a button, click it one time, and your favorite meals and your favorite catering go right to your door on demand for your convenience. There's 10. I'll give you another 10 next week. But anyway, it was great talking to you. I'm sorry I switched positions 3 or 4 times. My back just hurts. But anyway, hope you like this video. If you like it, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That's a new one. I don't even know what direction it is. To get updates on my next new video. And new things going on with the channel. Follow the socials. You can email me at jcabale@cabalemedia.com. You can go to cabalemedia.com, get your free 30-minute free consultation. And yeah, again, this is Janice Cabale with Cabale Media, and I'll see you at the next video.